Good morning, students. Welcome back to your English grammar class. Today we see the lesson 10 topic clauses and phrase. Today we will see the difference between the clauses and the phrase. So please take the page number 85. Here in front of you, the two examples are given. Shaira is a woman of her word. In this sentence, we can see the red one. This is a phrase. Why it is a phrase? Because in this line of her words, in this we do not find the finite verb, okay, and subject. So this is a phrase. Come to the second sentence. Saira is a woman who keeps her words. In the second line, we can see the finite verb is who. Finite verb is keeps and subject is who. So we can say that the second line is a clauses. Okay. So both the sentence are giving the same meaning, but in the first meaning we can find that in the sentence there is a phrase, and in the second sentence we can able to find out it is a clauses. So come to the definition. A clause is a group of words with a subject and its finite verb. Whenever we are writing a sentence, in that sentence or we are using a clause, in that time we can find out the words it is a group of words with the mix with the subject and its finite verb. In the sentence or in that clause we can find the subject as well as the finite verb. It may make complete or partial sense and is usually a part of sentence, and always it helps a sentence, okay, and it is a part of the sentence. What is the difference between the phrase and the clauses? In the phrase we see that they do not have the finite verb and a subject, but in the clauses we can see that they have a finite verb as well as a subject. In the phrase cannot stand independently. Phrase cannot able to stand independently means we cannot write the phrase only. If we are writing the phrase, it doesn't give the meaning. So it is a independently. It cannot be stand. Okay, can and cannot stand independently depending on the types of the clause. It is a depending one. Okay, it is depend upon the others. In the phrase what happens, the sentence itself it gives a meaning, but in the clauses it depends upon the other line also. Can and cannot stand independently depending on the type of clause. Now you read the example here. The trunk did not move as its tire had burst. So this from here we can see that it is a clause. So if we say as its tire had burst, so in this it is not giving a more appropriate meaning. But if we are joining the other sentence, the truck did not move, then when we are adding this sentence with this adding with the clause, then it gives a meaning to the sentence. So that's why it is a dependent one. It cannot be independent. Okay, like that you can read the other example. Second example, you see the rain had stopped when I reached my office. Here you can see that I is a subject and reach is a finite verb. Okay, like that you can read. Come to the note. A clause can be a complete sense. It can be a complete sense. Clause always gives a complete sense. It have a one or more than the one finite verb. Whenever we are writing the sentence, it can be a one clause also or more than that also. Now come to the next page. In the next page, we will see that the types of clauses. What are the types of clauses we have? And the types of clauses we are having the two clauses, main and the subordinate. Main means independent clauses and subordinate means dependent clauses. So here we will read the first example. Sunita gifted me a ring that was made of gold. So here the two clauses are there. First clause is Sunita gifted me a ring, and second clause is that was made of gold. Do you notice any difference between these two clauses? Yes, the Sunita gifted me ring makes complete sense. In the first sentence, Sunita gifted me a ring, in itself giving a meaning we can able to understand. But in the second clause, that was made of gold, it not giving a appropriate meaning to the sentence. So that's why the second sentence, it is a independent clause. Okay, sorry, first one is an independent clause, but that was made of gold was a dependent clause because in itself it is not giving the meaning, but when this line is joining to the first line, then only it gives a complete meaning. So come to the types of clauses. Main or independent clauses, what happened to it? It is a clause that makes complete sense on its own. ये अपने आप में एक complete sense देते हैं. हम उनके जब भी हम इंडिपेंडेंस क्लॉजेस पढ़ते हैं तो वो अपने आप में एक अपना मीनिंग देते हैं. They can able to tell their meaning. We can able to understand. Like Radha will board the train with her husband accompanies her. In the second subordinate or dependent clause, here we will see that a clause that does not make complete sense on its own. Here we can see that when her husband accompanies her, in this line, in this clause, it not giving a proper meaning to the sentence. But when we are joining the first clause sentence, then it gives a complete sense. So that's why this is the dependent clauses. Okay, now come to the next page, page number 88. In this page you will see that about the sentence. In the first sentence, in the park, it is a phrase, in the park. It is not giving a complete sense, but it is telling about something in the park, which is very beautiful. It is a dependent clause, which we can see the subject is there, is finite verb is there, so we can say that it is a clause. The children are playing in the park, so this is a independent clause. Why? Because we can able to understand here the finite verb is also there, subject is also there, and this sentence is telling about the proper meaning, and that's why it is a independent clause. And when we are joining with independence clause with the dependent clause, then the dependent clause is giving a meaning to the sentence to the first one. Like the children are playing in the park, and the park is very beautiful. So here you can see that we have the two sentences and we have joined together. The children are playing in the park, which is very beautiful, is a combined with the two sentences. Those sentences जुड़ के बना. I already told you what are the two sentences, these two. Okay, Now sentence are clauses. What are they? Sentences. A sentence is a complete meaningful unit. Whenever we are writing the sentence, it gives a full meaning. Clause may or may not be complete unit. Clause have a maybe fully it will give the meaning or may not be. Okay. A sentence consists one or more clauses. Whenever we are writing the sentence, it can be consist of the one clause also or more clauses also. Clause is a part of a sentence. Here the clause क्या है? Clause sentence का भाग है. Okay. A simple sentence is a sentence that has only one independent clause. It has a subject and a finite verb. Here we can see in a simple sentence, अगर हम simple sentence लिखते हैं उसमें भी एक क्या होता है? इंडिपेंडेंट क्लाउज होता है जिसमें हम सब्जेक्ट और फाइनाइट वर्ब को देखते हैं. नाउ कम टू द एग्जाम्पल. You can see here Mahatma Gandhi was a great leader. So it is a simple sentence. So here we can see a great leader is a Mahatma Gandhi was a great leader. Here we can see the simple sentence, but here the subject is there and was is a finite verb is there. So in the next sentence, who is finite verb? Sorry, is a finite verb. Who is a subject? Was a great leader. Here also we can see. So we have used is and was, and the second sentence is a finite verb. Okay, come to the third example. Was we have used. Okay, since sentence 1 and 3 have only one verb, they are made one clause only. Hence, they are the simple sentence. Because of that, they are used as a simple sentence. Dear students, I hope thus all the topics are clear to you. Go through it, read once again, and try to understand what is the difference between the clause and the phrase. Okay, your homework is try to solve the exercise of this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.